record. Where is record?
Record.
Oh, I haven't got my glasses on, people.
What's it?
Record. Record to the computer. We are live. Welcome.
Excellent. Hello. So this evening we have got so much information. I hope you've got a pen and paper because there seriously is a lot of learning in this. So first of all, I got to just show you my t-shirt. I'll show you my rack.
It's a beautiful rack too.
So, okay, first of all, we are going to be making a fruity dream. So any of you that have been to any of my live in-person cooking classes, it's one of my favorites because they're a huge wow factor. But tonight we're doing a twist. We're going to be putting in monk fruit instead of sugar, and we're going to use aquafaba instead of egg white, which makes it a vegan. So aquafaba, did you ask what aquafaba was?
Yes, Denise, what's aquafaba?
No, you go in the corner.
I'll go in the corner in the naughty corner.
Aquafaba is the water of beans, aqua being water and fava being beans. Who knew that? Who would think this thing up? I don't know. But it works incredibly well. So I have this recipe in my week and it's going to come up any second now. And Claire, would you go and grab our frozen berries, please? So the Fruity Dream TM6 version is different to the 31 and the 5 because it actually cooks the meringue. Now, if you do have a 31 or a 5, and just as a side note, if you have a 31, you can buy a butterfly, a new butterfly that works way better than the old butterfly. But that all comes with your TM6 anyway. So we're going to go straight into that recipe. I'm going to cook it as if I'm doing it normally, but I'm just substituting the sugars and the aquafaba. So it needs 80 grams of raw sugar, i.e. monk fruit. So there are lots of different alternatives to sugars, but monk fruit is a processed, but it is, Jackie, what is it again? It's
a fruit alcohol as well as a actual fruit being the monk fruit, which is low sugar, but incredibly sweet. So much more sweeter than your traditional sugar. Now with sugar, we've got to remember it's kind of like salt. We've lost our way with how we cook with sugar. Sugar is a flavor enhancer, just like salt. So it shouldn't overpower a dish. It should just add that pop of flavor. Now, the reason why we are doing this vegan Fruity Dream ice cream is, you know, at this time of the year, a friend brings a friend and all chaos ensures because they're vegan and you don't know how to go.
And it doesn't need as much milling because it's much finer than your white sugar or your raw sugar. So I just needed to give that a quick blast. And so as you can see, it's quite smoky. And that is not smoke, that is sugar dust.
So we made kind of icing sugar, haven't we?
That's exactly
You don't
right.
need to buy icing sugar anymore, everyone, because this machine does it all. So getting back to when, you know, when you throw in a curveball at this time of the year that someone brings a friend and it's just like, oh my God, they've got dietary issues or they're vegan, don't know how to cook vegan foods. Yeah, that's why we thought we would start with this. And all, of course, you've got to start with dessert first, always. But just to show you how easy and how tasty it will be to convert a traditional recipe into a vegan one. I'll be quiet now.
No, not at all. It's so putting your butterfly in, you always go to the left of the knuckle or the hump. So that way it will lock on there. It won't fall off. So we inserted our butterfly. 1 egg white. So 1 egg white is equivalent to 2 tablespoons of aquafaba. Now, when I do the Fruity Dream, I actually like to do 2 egg whites because it just makes it more moussey rather than icy.
So the aquafaba is chickpea water, is that correct?
Yes.
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 So just a can of chickpeas, everyone.
So in a can of chickpeas, you can actually make enough meringue that will fill the bowl. So I'm actually going to put in 3.
So 2 for 1 egg, is that right?
2 for 1 egg.
Okay.
If you were doing a whole egg, it's actually 3 tablespoons because it is an egg replacer.
So it's going to take away that, because it smells like chickpea water.
To start with, it does, but it
Okay.
takes away that chickpea smell.
Mm.
So Jackie's my smeller. Is
You do have a good nose and a
Without-
big nose.
So we're just going to do that and preview. We're going to scrape down that and then we're going to, I'll look at that. If it needs another minute, I'll do it. A lot of the time, I don't bother doing the extra minute. I find that 1 minute is absolutely enough, particularly with an egg white. So back in the day, we always used to use a raw egg in this recipe. And we always have to do the disclaimer, is anyone pregnant? And, you know, because it's raw egg isn't a good thing for a pregnant person, a pregnant woman. So then we're going to add in our frozen fruit. I've just got a bag of mixed berries, upside down. Mixed berries. You can do whatever you like. Mango, you can do raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. So, but I do find the berry one comes up the best. Once we've done this, have a look at. I think I will do the extra minute because of the chickpea water. It's not come up as it started. You can see it's starting to come up, but it's not quite as meringue as I would like. So I will do the second minute and straight up. Remember with the butterfly, never go over speed 4 because butterflies are delicate. They fly off, they'll break their wings. So we're going to do that. After this, we're going to go straight on to a hummus. Now, I had to convince Jackie to do hummus because she was like, oh, so keen on
Did you enjoy that? Yeah, I thought you might. Still too much berry.
Everyone, if you're not already muted, could you please mute yourselves, those of you who are on Zoom? It just makes it easier for us. There's no interference. Smells good. That chickpea flavour is
that's looking better.
heading away.
Yeah, and it's looking more meringue. We just can't see ourselves, so that's okay. We're just working blind. So hopefully, oh, there you are. Yeah. Hopefully you can see that that has come up a lot more meringue. So we need to take our butterfly out. Thanks, Claire. I'm going to need that in a minute though, to go back in. Remove the butterfly. Obviously, I've made this a few hundred times, 100, maybe 1,000. So I know what's coming. This recipe is just on Cookie Dough, the basic fruity dream for the TM6. I'll just take. Now, if you get something like that, you always want to try and break it down because, again, the tire thing. A bit of meringue on that. Okay. So this recipe actually has a little tutorial to show you how to, see if I can move that down a little bit. So this will show you how to use your butterfly in the, not your butterfly, your spatula in the top, okay? That's it. So next, and this is the blend function. So the blend function, I always say, is like your NutriBullet, and we're doing 1 minute. That looks right. So even though it said a minute, you can look through the top, and once it looks blended and sounds like it's all blended, there you go. So can I have that butterfly back, please, Claire?
It's right here.
Oh, perfect. So this is where the magic happens. Putting the butterfly back in. And I'm going to get Jackie to do the oils for this and explain why we chose what oils we did. So,
Okay, so we chose berries, and we all know how heart healthy, immune healthy, antioxidant, great for mental health, great for generalized well-being, blood sugar balance, low GI, low inflammation, that berries are in general. So if we're looking at up-leveling our diet, add more berries, add more color. And today's recipes are all very, very colorful. So we've got the beneficial nutrients from the berries, but we're going to add an extra prop of flavor, but also medical cuisine like properties from our essential oils. So doTERRA has Madagascar vanilla. Now, I would not be cooking with any other oils but doTERRA. So we would just do 1 drop of vanilla. 1 drop goes a long, long way. It can be up to like 27 times more powerful than the herbal or the food equivalent. And our MetaPower blend, which is a bit of citrus, a bit of cinnamon, a bit of ginger, a bit of mint, which is great for decreasing any hunger cravings, helping with metabolism, and also helping with the letting go of the need to have sugar. So we're just going to add 2 drops of that. And then we're ready to blend away. So as anything, and you always read the label. So when you've got a doTERRA essential oil, it will tell you whether it's for oral use or not. So that's really important. And it's really important. Any other essential oils, don't ingest. Use doTERRA, the best, and always read the label. So what do we do now? Lid on?
yep. Lid on next.
Do we
Insert
need
the butterfly. No, the recipe does say to put the butterfly, the measuring cup on, but I actually like to look. I like to look through what's going on. So it says 1 minute, but I always know when it's done by looking. Now, interestingly, as I said, I've made this, oh, I don't know, I'll say 1,000 times, maybe a slight exaggeration. But I have about 1,300 customers, so if I've made it for each one of them, that's probably close on. It's not as pink looking as with the egg white, I've just noticed. And you'll see in a moment, if you've ever seen this version, Claire, can you grab my phone and take a photo of this? Because it is just a little bit, it's a little bit more red than, which is perfect.
Which is perfect.
Yeah. So if you could just, all you need to do is just take a photo of that. Doesn't need me in it really. And I'm going to get Claire to serve that out, but I'm going to have a little taste first. Oh,
Is it good?
yum. Yum.
Can I use this?
Yep. There you go, doll.
It's yum. Oh my goodness, that is so yum.
It's really incredible. It's quite it's a lot fresher. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Yeah. What have you got there?
Oh, okay. So we just talked about MetaPower. I made this before, you may have seen on Instagram. I am absolutely obsessed with chocolate, but I need to have low sugar chocolate. And I found this incredible recipe for Bounty bars in the cookie dough. And I adapted it to a no sugar recipe. But I just wanted to talk about when you're using dark chocolate. Now, we all know the benefits of dark chocolate over milk and sugary chocolate. And just recently, a study came out to say that the darker the chocolate, the better it is for your metabolic health, and particularly for diabetes type 2. But it's an acquired taste. So as I put the MetaPower oil into the fruity drink, I just put 1 or 2 drops into my melted chocolate. This is 85% dark chocolate, and it just lifted the flavor and added that cinnamony ginger sort of warm spice sweetness to the chocolate. So just a little tip there.
And then guess what? It's 3 pieces on each.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go home. Now, the next recipe, as I said, is a recipe I've written for myself. It's based off the cookie dough recipe, but I've just added my own little tweaks. One of the tweaks is I make my own tahini as I need it. You can buy a jar of tahini. I don't even know how much it costs, maybe $5. But if you've got sesame seeds, not sunflower seeds, sesame seeds in your cupboard, you can dry roast them. I've already pre-done that, but you can dry roast them in your bowl, and then you make your tahini and go on and make your hummus. So
now, Denise is under pressure because I was not happy that she was insisting on doing a hummus recipe in the Thermomix. So I cannot wait to taste this. And I think the difference is I've not had it with homemade tahini before, so it's just the real deal. So I look forward to it.
I'm not sure what they do to the shop bought stuff, but if you've ever used jarred tahini, it's quite bitter. Okay, this is not bitter. So
I love hummus. And we're going to flavor this one. Well, it's traditional hummus, but we're going to add some doTERRA lemon and rosemary. So if you're across the media, there's lots of talk about respiratory issues current at the moment. Both rosemary and lemon are really, really good for boosting general immunity, really great for helping with chest and moving things through quickly. Also fantastic for mood, concentration, focus, and brain power. So we're all a bit fried going from party to party and activity and rushing around trying to finish the end of the year. Those 2 oils in particular will just help boost your brain health.
Now, I haven't finished writing this recipe because I've been making it for a really long time. And you know, if you've been following me for a while, I'm a bit of a chuck it in kind of gal. So I have started writing it into cookie dough. I will promise I'll finish it, and I will post it via your email or through the link in Facebook. So whatever you prefer, but just please put Den's hummus if you would like the recipe. So this has got 50 grams of toasted sesame seeds. I love garlic, and this is just a little clove of garlic, and a tin of chickpeas. The secret is ice cubes. Okay, a lot of the time it needs blending more. If you make a big batch, just put a couple more ice cubes into it. So I'm just going to start cooking. And when you write your own recipes, they come across the screen rather than up and down the screen. So and this is where I haven't rewritten it. I'm just going to put in my garlic and my sesame seeds. So, yep. I swear, I promise I did not measure that. Look, Jack.
I know, you're incredible.
More arts in class. Okay. And then I also like to put a little bit of coriander in. Now, that's another one that I'm a little bit lackadaisy on. So I just put just about a teaspoonful. So I'd love to know, do you guys cook like me? Do you just chuck it in, or are you precise? You've got to have it exact. If you're like me, we can be good friends. So then we come down to blend. Actually, that will only take 3 seconds. Right, I forgot the chip. The things are in there. That's been 15 seconds. I'm going to scrape it down. This is another little secret. If you're making your own tahini, just a little bit of sesame oil. It'll just lift up the flavor of the sesame seeds. So,
Ooh, smells real. It smells real. I can't wait. Any questions, lovelies on Zoom, just pop it in the chat, and at the end, we'll come back to your questions. Thank you for those of you who are joining us live on Facebook. Any of your questions, just pop them in the chat. And as Den is cooking, when I'm off screen, I'm actively on socials answering all your questions. Now, we have put up some links for you to buy your holiday collection if you don't already have doTERRA, and links to Thermi, only because we know we're going to get those questions at the end. So they're there in socials, and they're here in the questions on Zoom. So what's next?
I'm going to put a little bit of sesame oil,
Okay.
and I'm going to
Smells good.
smell that.
Okay, you got me convinced.
Okay.
I was
So-
really not happy, wasn't I?
No, she fought me on it. I'm going.
I don't want to do this part.
So it looks quite crumbly. That's obviously not how you buy it in the shop. So I'm going to put in a dribble of oil. I'm actually going to put the scale on just so I can write. For those of you that like everything exact, you'll know exactly what I've done. But I'm going to put in 5 mils. It doesn't need a lot. This is like an essential oil. Less is more sometimes. So then I have my tin of chickpeas. So
This
you
is
can-
no waste, isn't it? So we use,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Fantastic.
so I knew I wanted to do the aquafaba, and I thought, what to do with these chickpeas? Hummus. So the tin of chickpeas, your ice cubes.
So
So
why ice? Because that's the secret ingredient and I don't
Yes.
understand.
ice is an emulsifier. So if you're doing a juice in your Thermomix, you really need ice because it helps to break down the fibers, particularly if you're doing beetroot and carrot and those root kind of vegetables. You want to break down that ice will help to emulsify it and break it down. Must be some chemical thingy. I don't really know. I am going to put a little bit of real lime in because we are also going to put in some lemon. Just a squish of lime. Jackie, I'll get you to do those for me, please.
Okay, lemon, let's do 2. And then rosemary, we only need 1. Okay, so what I would do after that is, ooh, nice hit. That will clear my sinuses, but wow, brain power, focus, concentration, and party time very soon. We need to we haven't even told people who don't know how we met and how we do this, because we've been forever.
A very, very long time our story goes back, but we're going to have a little bit of time whilst the mincemeat is cooking, okay?
That could be question time.
So everything's vegan up until the mince. Sorry. So I'm going to put in about 35 grams of oil. Nico today. And then I'm going to come through and I'm going to use the blending function again. When you hear it freewheel, that's free. What I call freewheel is when everything's been thrown out to the sides. That's why you sometimes do use your spatula. Look at this, Jackie.
Oh, I will. I'm just going to admit some more people who came in late. Oh, yum. Oh, okay. Got me convinced.
So, oh, you know what? I didn't bring out the other thing with hummus. I like to dress it. Once I put it in the bowl, I like to dress it with a little bit more cumin and some smoked paprika. And I didn't bring my smoked paprika out, so I'll do that after. after. So I'm going to do that a little bit more.
Can I just say thank you, everyone, for answering each other's questions in the chat function. That is so cool. Yes, do make my own raw chocolate.
The other thing with your Thermomix, in the bowl, can you pass me a clean bowl, please, Claire? There's things called flow breakers. This is a bit of technical stuff. Because I've been doing Thermomix a long time, I'm super passionate about it. And back in the old days when we did demos, we needed to know all this stuff. But these little things, this one in here, there's 3 of them in there. They're called flow breakers. And what happens, as things are going around, they hit the side and it brings it all back down.
I do remember learning that way back like 10 plus years ago.
So that is our hummus.
Oh, yum.
Well, you haven't tasted it yet.
True.
But it does not look creamier than what you usually get. This, and I hate using the shop bought analogy, but people often like something that looks like it's shop bought, even though it's not. Thanks, Claire. So, and the other thing, this recipe, not my recipe, but hummus was one of the very first Thermomix dishes we used to make back in the day. We always used to do either herb and garlic or hummus, and then we'd go on and make a salad. So this is the dressing for your salad. And I'm going to leave my bowl with some of that in there so that I can go on and make my beetroot salad.
Fabulous.
Oh, you know
Probably
what's
sugar,
yeah.
not sugar, salt.
Salt.
It needs a little bit of salt.
I was just about to say, it needs salt. So if you're watching my live the other day when I did mayonnaise ice cream, that's what I had done. I went, and straight away that needs some salt, but that's okay because I'm going to put salt into the salad and we will dress that a bit later. Now,
By the way, the mayonnaise ice cream was really nice. It was hilarious watching Denise's face when she realised on the live, but I came over the next day and I taste tested, didn't I?
yes,
And I was very surprised.
very surprised.
Just very surprised.
So was I. I was shocked. Okay, this recipe has been around since Thermomix was invented, basically.
It was the hummus and the beetroot salad because I was a Thermomix consultant like 12 plus years ago. That's what we used to do for demos. Really high fiber, everyone. Again, all the foods that we're cooking tonight are for hormonal management and blood sugar management. High protein too for those who are vegan or vegetarian. That's your hummus, by the way, and beetroot, so much power in having a beetroot salad. Fiber, heart health, immunity, blood sugar balancing, and really great, particularly for mood management. And beetroot is an antidepressant for postmenopausal women. Latest science. I know. I love food.
Food science. So this recipe is my daughter, like we have to have this every Christmas, and I zhuzh it up or pimp it up, as I like to say. I've got to be careful what I say on Facebook these days, with some green stuff. So we're actually using pistachios today, but I'll often use the pumpkin seeds. But you can follow the recipe absolutely, and it will tell you to use 400 grams of beetroot. I've just got 2 beetroots. I don't even know. I'm just going to throw in my beetroots, and it says 1 carrot, and I'm just going to
we had 2 carrot, 1 big beetroot, one small beetroot,
yeah.
and a bit of onion.
I'm just going to throw that in just to see. So I've got 165 grams of carrots. Doesn't matter. I don't like a lot of raw onions, so
I love it. See, I would have had 2 onions.
So I do about the size of the dial. So that, and then I'm going to throw in my beetroot. So Worked out, yeah, 600 altogether. So there you go. With your dirty bowl, that's going to be part of the dressing. I've put my onion in there. Green apple. I don't have a green apple.
Okay,
Do we have inside on the? There's not a green one, but there's a red apple. So it doesn't matter what apple it is. Green is nice because it's got that little bit of tartness. I think the apple I've got in there is a jazz, quite tart anyway. Green apple. Now it says coriander. My daughter, she calls it the devil's herb. So today we're going to put in a couple of different things. I went out in the rain to pick these, so I've got some parsley. And some mint. Mint in the beetroot is delicious. Okay, so I've got my herbages and I've got my oil. And just a squidge of olive oil and salt. I'm going to put the salt in as well. Oh, lemon juice. Now it's time for some oils. Jackie, I'm going to get you to do
I
that.
just need, where's that spoon that we had?
The spoon.
I'm just going to show you with oregano is a very, found
Oh, there it is.
an incredibly hot oil. And when you first start cooking with essential oils, you think, oh, yeah, tablespoon of oregano, fresh herbs, I'll do a tablespoon of oregano essential oil. It will not be able to be eaten by anyone ever. So to make sure that we don't overdose with the hot oil being oregano, we firstly just dip it onto a spoon so we can regulate how many drops. So that was one oil. I would then get a bit of olive oil and just pour it over the top, just the tiniest bit, and then tip it in. And that safeguards. Whereas the lemon, if you do an extra drop or so, it doesn't really matter, but those hot oils like thyme and your oregano, your marjoram, cinnamon, and so forth, just do that to start with when you're getting hungry. And we need some lemon in there as well.
And some lemon.
Okay, this is a powerhouse for immunity, these two oils. And it's a great way to just safeguard your family. Any dressing like a balsamic olive oil dressing over the summer, just every now and again, pop some oregano in, pop your lemon oil in, just to safeguard your family's health over the holiday period. Think. Okay, no, we'll leave that.
Okay. Okie dokie. It says a pinch of sugar. Whenever anything asks for sugar, I know. It does say optional, so yeah, we're opting not to. So insert the measuring cup into the mixing bowl. This is the quickest 5 seconds. And that's it, done. But it's not done because we're going to pimp it up a little bit, okay?
Look at that. Yummy.
There's my other spatula.
Knock me out in a minute.
So that is perfect. 5 seconds. And perfect. That's going to go a long way. And you've got the green in there from your parsley and your mint. And Claire, my photographer. And what we're going to do is zhuzh it up with some nuts. And I've got some pomegranate andrels. Now you can put your feta in at this point, or
Oh, you're going to zhuzh it again?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Or
We'll put it in.
we'll dress it after. Okay, so by putting those things in, I don't want to chop them up anymore. So I'm going to finish that, and I'm just going to put the blade onto reverse because it's already cut perfectly. Okay, so then all I need to do, magic speed, speed 4, And that will just mix those nuts and anchovies around and done. So I'm going to put that into here, and I'm going to get Jackie or Claire to dress it with some feta, because we're going to have this with our lamb mince. So
That looks so good.
yum.
Now, those of you who don't have a Thermomix or don't have the 6, have an older style, my husband was absolutely shocked that I was going to be in and out, run a cooking class, answer questions, send the replay, eat, all in 1 hour. Now, that is the power of this machine. And if any of you are busy, frantic, working mums, kids in here, there and everywhere, driving around Southeast Queensland, like 24/7 plus doing everything else, this is the best kitchen aid I have ever had.
Okay.
Oh, we need feta in that, so I'll be
Yes.
back.
Yeah, Jackie's going to go and do the feta, but I'm going to get on and do one of my absolute favorite features with the TM6 saute function, because people used to say, oh, you can't brown meat and stuff like that. You can now do that. So I'm coming into my week. I could go into my recently cooked, which is one of the features I use a lot, because the screen is so interactive. You can just move it around. I could go into this beetroot salad, and I'm going to do that while I'm here, and I can move that to another day, and I'm going to move that to Christmas morning, because I'll have everything prepped on Christmas Eve. Christmas morning, I'll throw it all in 5 seconds, my salad is done. So you can do that prep beforehand and then come in. The other thing you can do with this is, with those 3 little dots next to the word, I can then add that to a collection. So I could go straight in. If I don't have a collection, I can create a collection. So it's like making your own little cookbook. Okay, so if you've got a TM6 and you're not using these features, I hope this helps. Okay, so I'm not going to put it into a collection because I have so many, but the browned lamb mince, amazing. I'm going to start cooking. It wants 20 grams of olive oil. I'm going to be using spiced ghee. So it's a recipe that another Thermomix consultant developed. It is infused with so many beautiful spices, Indian spices, but it's not hot. It's just, the smell of it is amazing. So I wish you had smell-o-vision. It's slightly richer looking than it's still homemade ghee made from butter, but you put all of your spices in your simmering basket and it's divine. So smell that, Claire. So if you're a curry cook, you will want the spiced ghee recipe. And I need a spoon. No, that's all right.
Yeah.
So everyone, just a simple tip with nutrition. If you have a balanced, like a bright balanced color plate with lots of vibrancy and all the different colors, from your greens, your blacks, through to your reds, to your yellows, to your whites and your greens, you can bet your bottom dollar that it's going to be nutritionally balanced and so maxed out with phytonutrients that are going to be good for your health. So this is tonight, I'm hoping we're showing you that whole foods cooking is easy, it's fun, it's colourful, and it's yum. Because I still, after like 20 years plus in the industry, I still get it's hard, and it's not.
Yeah. If you watched my live earlier today, I minced my own meat. So it's so easy. Go back and watch my live. I can pop, when we send the video email out, if you want the recipe or how to mince your own meat. I did 2 different versions. So this top bit is a little bit thicker, or what would you call, what's the consistency? It's a bit,
Kind of a bit chunky.
yeah, it's a little bit, it's a chunkier mince. So, because I like texture, so I've got the top half, I've got 250 grams in there for that, just over. So this is done in 2 sections. You cook this part, and then we put the second part on top. It's incredible. It's such
Ah.
an amazing, I love this feature so much. I honestly can't tell you. Splash guard is over there. So we're going to have a couple of minutes while this is cooking. So you can adjust your time, and I'm going to adjust it down to 5 minutes just for time reasons. And I actually, even though I want it browned and crumbly, I still like mine on the al dente side rather than the overcooked side. The brilliance of this feature is you can't change the heat or the speed, but I can change the time. So if I really want my meat super well done or really caramelized, I can put extra time on it. Okay. The other thing, it stops. The blade doesn't turn. So you'll hear it in a moment. It's sizzling. I hope, can you hear the sizzle? You'll hear that sizzle, then it stops. Then it will start to turn, and then it will sizzle. So it stops and starts, and it does all the stirring. So it can caramelize on the bottom, but it's fine if it does, because it's so easy to clean and all that flavor is going to be in your meat. So preview, straight down the sides, and then we're going to add the rest of our lamb mince. Now, the other lamb mince was done through the feature on the TM6. I'll show it to you actually, because I can do that whilst I'm cooking. That's another great thing with the TM6. You can check things while you're cooking. So there's a chop function. When you go into, oh, can you smell that, girls? Oh, lamb is my favourite meat.
Mine too, actually.
So that is the mince that I did with this function. So up the top here, you've got your fruits and veg, your herb, your meat, your chocolate, nuts. So there's different ways if you want to do cabbage or apple, if you want to do your coffee beans.
Oh my goodness. No idea. So I go into chop.
Go into chop. So if you want to do coffee beans, it'll actually give you how many coffee beans and how long to do it for. Or if you've got things like pulses, if you want to make your own chickpea flour, if you want to make your own rice flour, that's all in under this section. This machine is, I'm probably preaching to the converted, but it's my love affair. So
look, I've had my machine for 12 months, and each month I appreciate it more because of what it just makes my life more simple, which is what I need. And like, I learn something every time I'm in front of you. Had no idea all of those different features in there, which is great. And because I still like to use I love my steam oven, my traditional oven. I love my cooktop, but then having this and my air fryer, but just having this going with everything, it just adds the next level, you know, gourmet and ease. And for my kids who are older teens, I've got a son going into university. He's going to want to move out of home soon. This is perfect for him to take to his, I don't know, share house, if they even exist anymore.
No, you can put a PIN code on this and no one can get into it.
Oh, really? So perfect for a share house. I love it. Okay, any questions? Have we got time in this side of this?
Yes.
For us to need to stop talking. Okay, those of you who are on Zoom, pop your questions in the chat function. We will answer them. Those of you on Facebook, do the same, and we've got time to chat. Let's just have a look. Wrong angle here. Let's go have a look. Even on Zoom, those of you who've got burning questions, if you want to unmute yourself and ask them. What is the second oil? I think MetaPower. It's a beautiful blend. It's our metabolic blend. Have you made your own chocolate with raw cacao? Do it all the time. Absolutely. We're going to send out Den's hummus recipe for you. Could you use doTERRA's coriander? Absolutely. It's amazing in cooking. We just didn't use coriander tonight. It's my favorite, that and cilantro, actually. I would normally put cilantro in the beetroot salad. Was it cumin? Not coriander in the hummus. Yes, you put powdered cumin, Denise? Yes, it was. And we normally, doTERRA years ago released a cumin oil, which was to die for, but I literally have 1 drop left. Thank you. Here we go. I'm not a fan of beetroot, but it was based on tinned stuff. Oh my goodness, please check this recipe out. I'm sure you're going to love it. And please let us know. Spice ghee, perfect. Ghee is so easy to make. I make it once a week. Thank you for this event. I need to get going. Loved it. Thanks, Anna, so much for joining us. Anyone got any questions?
That's the first half of the mince. And then we do the second half. It's a really interesting recipe. So then we're going to put the other half of the mince in, and we will cook that for another, well, 4 minutes. So the whole thing, I've never tried. I actually follow the recipe for this. So I know a lot of the time.
Okay.
I just do as I'm told sometimes. So why is that going like that? So we're going to put that back on. And why is that there? Oh. Now the other good thing is if your screen's wet, oh there we go, I don't need that, is you need to dry your screen, because your screen is like your smartphone or your computer. Extra lamb, and place the splash guard on, done, and turn that on 4 minutes, and that'll be done. Now the oils, Jackie, that we're putting into this.
We'll put the oils in just off the heat. We have star anise and we have pink pepper. Again, great metabolic oils, great oils for generalized immunity, particularly star anise, particularly for things at the moment. So star anise, again, it's warm, it's Middle Eastern, sort of Asian inspired, that'll go beautifully with lamb, and you can't not have lamb and pink pepper. Really great for autoimmunity as well, these, and endocrine. There was a question on the live about what about single people, because I plugged the Thermi for very busy mums, but for single people. Excellent. Claire, would you like to come and talk about using it? What is excellent about it? Claire single. Was. Oh.
Things, but you don't have to do meals.
Yeah. Okay.
You can do all the basics, and you can.
So it's great for basics. It's great for little meals, and it's just that kitchen hand that just makes eating well simple.
Great for prepping. So I think it was perfect.
So once it's done, we're going to add a little bit more oil, and we've got one more little thing we're just going to throw in, and that is to show you the great slicer. Thermomix call it the cutter, but I don't like the name cutter, so I've changed it to great slicer because that's what it does. It grates and slices. Now, at the moment, this is a gift with purchase with the Thermomix, along with the blade cover peeler and a $350 mix shop voucher, which is basically a second bowl and blade. So it's an incredible offer. But the reason I wanted to show it, I was very privileged to go to Sydney about a month ago, and I was given the spiralizer. So I'm going to give a quick demo, very, very quick, on how this will work. So this will be coming in January, and you need the cutter to get to for the spiralizer. Please don't ask me how much, because I have no idea. It's not released yet. So as I say, I've been very, very fortunate to have one. So the cutter is a blade that, as I said, one side will grate and the other will slice. So we do grey for grate, which is the grey, that's up the top, and slate for slice. So I'm going to just do a couple of vegetables just to show you very quickly, and then I'm going to use the spiralizer. Okay. And I think that meat is done. I can smell it and I can hear it. So again, you're in control. Some people say Thermomix isn't cooking. And I say, do you own a washing machine? Our grandparents never used to have a washing machine, did they? So it's cooking modern cooking.
Okay.
I'm just going to give that a stir. This is how beautifully crumbly it is. Jackie's going to pop that in.
Just 1 drop of star anise. 2 went in.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 of pepper, since we had 2. I was going to do, oh, 2 and 2.
Two, well,
There you
2 and
go.
2.
And we're going to add some beautiful fresh green herbs to that to really pick up the
Would you like
flavour
to
as well.
pass me so
Oh, that smells great.
some basil out of my garden? So I'm just going to throw that in, and I'm just going to put that onto reverse again to mix through because it's all cooked and it smells divine. So we're going to serve this. I'm going to get the girls to do up a little plate so you can see what we're going to have once we get off camera. I'm going to plate this up like a Sanchow bao. So we're going to plate it up in lettuce cups, and we're going to put some of the beetroot salad, and we're going to put some feta because lamb and feta, hello, it's perfect. And so I've got that, and I'm just going to finish and put it onto reverse, magic speed. Not even, it didn't even reach 1 second, literally just enough to mix that herbage through. And that is, I think I might just have a taste and see if it needs a little bit of salt. I don't think so. The spice ghee is salty enough. And sometimes it's nice to add your own bits and pieces. So I'll give you that.
I'm going to have a little taste.
Heavy. Oh, and that's the other thing, because we're having it with feta,
Oh, yeah.
we don't need the extra salt because the feta is going to be salty. There you go.
2 with each, 2 pink pepper, 2 star anise. Amazing.
So you take that.
Okay.
The girls are going to plate up our dinner. So I promised Claire I'd feed her if she'd come to help. She offered to come and help, which I was very grateful for. And I'm going to, now this is my semi-dirty bowl. This is what I did the beetroot salad and the hummus in. So I just gave that a quick rinse out. You need a shaft that just sits over the blade like that. We're going to put the basket in, and I'm just going to very quickly, I've got some sweet potato. I'm just going to slice and grate some sweet potato, and I'm going to zoodle beetroot. So grate for grate, it's the same, that side up, slate for slice, it's that side up. So I'm going to slice a little bit of sweet potato. This is brilliant at this time of year if you're wanting to make a potato bake. Now this will fit also into the TM5, okay? You can get one of these by having a demonstration, or you can just buy it from the link in the comments, okay? So if you do want one, please reach out to me first, okay? Because I can always help you with that, okay? So under here, there is a little icon for the grater, and I'm just going to do, I'm just going to go in first. I'm going to do a thick slice first. Some of you may have seen this. I'd like to know who already has the great slicer. So Catherine does, I can see that. Do you not have one, Sally? No? Okay. So just to show you, that's thick. That's the thick slice. Okay. So then I'm going to do a thin slice. This is great for potato bake. So Christmas Day, I do sweet potato and white potato bake. This just takes so much of the work out of it. So I'm just going to do that really thin, just a little bit of it, because I'm going to flip the blade and I'm going to grate it, just to give you an idea of how it looks when it's grated. So this is thin. So that's the thin. See, show you how thin that is. And that's the thick. So, and thick isn't thick. It's, if you still want chunky carrot, you'd have to get your knife and do that. But I'm going to flip my blade, grate for grate. And I've just got, actually I've got another potato here. I was going to show you with the zoodler, there is another attachment to this to make your slinkies. And I was going to do that with my other sweet potato, but I've left it indoors and I can't tell the girls exactly where I've put it. So it actually might be in my car because I take this to my demos. So, but if you know those slinky potatoes that you put on your at the markets that they charge a bomb for, this will do it. Okay. So I'm going to grate that thin to start with. And then I'm going to grate it thick. Because they've got my dinner ready. So I just want to show you. That is the thick grate sweet potato, just to pretend that's carrot. And this is great. If you want to make hash browns, look at how fine that is. It's incredible. So, and one last thing, I'm going to quickly change over to the zoodler and I'm going to zoodle my beetroot. So I'd normally zoodle a zucchini, but I went to get my zucchini out of the fridge and it had gone a little bit dodge. So we don't need that. We're just going to pop that on top and throw our beetroot in. Oh, just have to have it the right size. And I did cut that right. Make that a bit tricky. It got stuck. Okay, do you want to know? I'll just use the end of it. That's it. Yeah. So if you follow a low carb diet, you would be making zucchini zoodles all the time, but this makes a fabulous salad. Okay, put it in the right way this time. And there isn't an icon for this at the moment because it's not available. So all I need to do is go to speed 4. My beetroot might be a bit too big. On the live you do these things. Oh no, there you go. Oh, beautiful. Wow. So that is, look how long that is. So that's your beetroot zoodles, curly beetroot.
And at one of our cooking classes earlier in the year, we actually did a kale pesto with zucchini noodles. So we will actually send you with the hummus recipe. We will send you that recipe as well. Now we've been talking lots tonight. So this class went for an hour. But can you imagine if you got a phone call, oh, such and such is coming over and they're bringing their vegan friend, and then you think, what am I going to cook? This is such an easy, less than half an hour to make dessert, a dip, a salad, and a main protein meal. So incredible.
I'm just going to cut a bit of that on. Oh, that fits in much better. So I'm just going to see how that goes. Much quicker, much better. So that is our lot. So would you like to bring over our dinner, Jackie? I bet you're all, oh, look at that. Look at that. So beetroot, curly beetroot. So the world's your oyster.
Okay, how am I going to show this?
Oh,
Let's just,
can you take a photo too, please?
oh, do you know what? There we are. Can you see that, everyone? It's a yeah, absolutely. Lettuce cup. So we have laid the lamb, then put the beetroot, and then the hummus on top, and then just some feta. And I would probably put some extra herbs there. What a simple, healthy, easy, less than half an hour meal to create with the wow factor.
Without all the yakking.
Yeah, the health factor, and then you've got dessert to serve as well. So, questions? Let's check. I'll check Facebook and then I'll check Zoom.
But on Facebook, we go through and read every single comment, and we will do with the recording as well. So just know that we're here to help support you get the most out of your Thermomix and your essential oils. And next year, January, what's coming, Jackie? We haven't got a date, but we've got so many ideas buzzing around in our head.
Oh, yes, we're going to be launching a metabolic health 30-day up level where you'll be using your Thermomix, using your oils, just going through the basics and the reminder and the up level for feeling fantastic 24/7, because you are worth it. So that is something I'm really excited, because we're going to pair ourselves together with food and the Thermi and our other skills all for the first time.
Yeah.
So please look out for that. Let me just come on in and see if there's any more questions on actually Zoom before we say goodbye. Oh, can you, if you've got any questions for us, can you please unmute yourselves now and just ask away before we say goodbye? Any questions? Hummus recipe, it is coming, everyone. We will send you the replay. We've got your emails. We'll send the hummus recipe. We will send the zucchini kale pasta recipes, links for the oils. Those of you who don't have accounts, if any of you are interested in diving more into health and well-being, utilizing a Thermi or your essential oils, please reach out to myself for essential oils and Denise for all your Thermomix needs. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we so appreciate you. Have a great rest of your 2024. It's our last class for the year, and we will see you in 2025. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're
Enjoy
welcome.
that. Thank you. Bye-bye.